guys, this is Haley from OneOnRabbits.com, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about something interesting. As you can see from the title of this video, I am moving again. And yes, I did just move a couple months ago. To you guys, it might seem like I moved less time ago than in reality, just because my videos were a little bit behind, but I've only lived here for 4 months, and I just signed a new lease to go somewhere else. This lease was technically only a 6-month lease, and I will be leaving a month early. So I'm just gonna kind of tell you and explain what's going on. So basically, I moved to Florida basically on not very much thought. I had the idea one day and I rented this apartment literally a week later. So there wasn't a ton of thought into it. All I knew is I wanted to be in Florida, and I signed a 6-month lease knowing that, you know, in 6 months I could get out of it and decide what I wanted to do. So as I've lived here, basically within month 1 or 2, I knew I absolutely hated it. And I don't hate Florida necessarily. I don't believe that I will live in Florida the rest of my life, but Florida is not the reason that I hate living here. I also want to put a huge disclaimer out there that this video is coming from a place of privilege, and I do realize that. I realize that not many people are able to do the things that I do. I have the support of my family, and they have been able to financially support me quite a bit during this process. And I understand not everyone has that, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So I did want to put that disclaimer out there because, you know, not everyone can just move when they want to, or, you know, not live in an apartment type of thing. Basically, right now, I'm living in an apartment complex. I don't know how many units are here, but I would say there's like 8 units in each building, and there are more buildings than I can count. So it's a pretty big complex. There's a lot of people, and, you know, I'm extremely introverted, and for those of you guys who don't know, I've never lived around neighbors since I was 10 years old. Like, the last time I had neighbors was when I was 10, except for 1 year when I was 19 years old and I moved into a house. So I have not had neighbors. Like, we had neighbors that were literally like really far away and never talked to us, never looked at, like, we never saw them. But I've never lived in a place where, like, literally I see people all the time. Which, again, I know that sounds dumb, but, like, I realize that I struggle a lot with anxiety around people. I get very nervous around people I don't know. I get worried for my safety when I see people I don't know randomly walking by my house. There's some things that have happened that I can't publicly share on the internet, but that made me extremely uncomfortable knowing that went on, things that invaded my privacy living here. There was also a situation the first month I moved in where the tenants above me, I don't want to get into details, I mean, I'm sure they don't even know who I am, but there was a DV situation above me where we almost had to file a police report. We thought about going and talking to the police. Someone's safety was being threatened over and over again, and I could hear it in my bedroom. So I was directly below them, and I was continuously hearing this person's safety being threatened. Around the time when it got bad enough that I was going to, you know, do something about it, I always worry about going to the police because sometimes that can make DV worse, and the victim can get even more harmed. So I was unsure of what to do. One night they packed up and left overnight. They left their car here, they left everything. I don't know what happened. I hope they're okay. I know one of the people was injured when they left, and it was weird, especially coming from someone. I'm 25. I've not, like, lived around people in like 15 years, like this close proximity, and that absolutely terrified me. I did not feel safe just because, like, you know, I was not the victim, obviously, but, like, they lived directly above me and I heard everything, and it was pretty scary. So thankfully they did move out. But something else, you know, we share a lot of vents and different things, and they used to smoke substances, which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. People can do what they want. But I personally don't like the smells of smoking of any type in my home, just because of my pets, my animals. I also am very sensitive to smells. So while I'm fine with people doing what they want to do, I don't want it in my home, if that makes sense. So it was coming in through my dryer. All of my clothes were smelling like smoke. It comes in through my vent by my microwave, like above my oven. It comes in whenever you open my door. It like suctions into the house, and it's really disgusting. Just because, like, someone who, I didn't grow up with like smells in my home. Like, we did nothing scented. To this day, I barely use anything scented. So it was a lot. New people moved in. The new people are fine. You know, the insulation here is very horrible. I hear every time they walk, every time they run, they've got kids and dogs and stuff, which is fine. I understand you're gonna hear those things, but it is very loud. And as someone who has anxiety, and one of my triggers is noises, I tend to get, you know, a lot of anxiety triggers throughout the day, which is annoying. But, you know, I don't blame them at all. It's just something that I just personally have. And the new neighbors smoke cigarettes, which again, to each their own. But the other day, when I was standing in my kitchen making a pizza and the smell of cigarettes was being pulled in through the vent, that's just not what I want to smell in my kitchen, you know, when I'm cooking. And thankfully, like, there's none of these vents like in the bunny room itself, because, you know, rabbits are very sensitive to smells, and I wouldn't want anything dangerous by them. I also don't think it's necessarily strong enough to cause damage to lungs. But, you know, things like that are anxiety producing. Basically, there's just been a lot of situations that I'm just uncomfortable with. I've seen people carrying items that I'm not comfortable living around past my window, just like weapons and things like that. And, like, you know, it's totally legal for those people to have them if they have the correct documentation, but it's come to a point where, like, I don't feel safe in my own home anymore. And I know people live in way worse situations than I do, so I feel bad even talking about this. But I have been privileged enough to, like, literally live in the middle of nowhere for 15 years of my life, and now that I've been brought out into a place where there's literally hundreds of people all of the time, I've realized I don't really like people. So yeah, I'm moving. And I'm not moving that far. I'm literally gonna be in the same city, but I signed a lease on a 4-bedroom home, and the rent is the exact same as what I'm paying here in the apartment for a 2-bedroom. So to find a house like that's that cheap at the same price as what I'm paying now is, like, unbelievable. It has a huge fenced-in private backyard. The tenants are great. It is in a neighborhood. I will have neighbors, but, you know, it's not going to be like I'm sharing the same building with 8 different people and 400 different people right around the corner. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's a lot better. I am only signing another 6-month lease, so it is a temporary situation, because I don't ever want to put myself in a place where, you know, I sign something and I realize it's not a good place for me to be. But anyways, all that to say, I'm really excited. Luca's gonna have a backyard again. If you guys are not caught up on the Luca situation, I don't want to talk about it at all, but if you are interested on what's been going on with Luca, you can follow his Instagram, Luca's Life Through a Lens. I do have a highlight on there of everything that went down, but basically we are in the process of working through a lot of anxiety with him, and people tend to trigger a lot of anxiety in Luca. So being in a place where there's a ton of people all the time has been pretty anxiety provoking for him and for me to watch him go through. So it is something that we're working on, and I think being in a house with our own backyard is going to be so amazing for his healing journey. And, you know, I don't know what the future holds for me, for my pets, for Luca. No one knows what the future holds, but I do know that I do think this is a really good step in the right direction. The bunnies are gonna have their own room. Luca is gonna have his own room. Not that like I'm gonna like lock him in there or anything. It's mainly gonna be like all his stuff because he has got so much stuff. My entire master bedroom here is just his toys, literally. If you guys didn't know, I opened a new shop, 101 Pets. So I have basically all of 101 Pets products in my bedroom right now because like I product test everything, I take photos of everything. And doing that in an apartment has been difficult because I have zero storage. I have one walk-in closet and that's it. So yeah, it's gonna be so nice to have our bedroom just for Luca's stuff, bedroom for the bunnies. I'm gonna have my own office again, which is great because right now I have to use the living room to set up a temporary photo backdrop for all my backdrop photos for 101 Pets and 101 Rabbits. So now I'm gonna have my own office to do all of that in. Have all of my, I'm gonna have like a permanent filming setup. Right now I'm in my bedroom with my mini fridge and my photos and my dresser full of medical supplies. Like literally I'm gonna have my own office with like a permanent filming setup hopefully, so that's gonna be great. The lighting is amazing. This apartment only has 3 windows and all of the lighting is horrible. Like I don't even have ceiling lights in my main room. Like they just don't exist. There's no lights, so it's just like pitch black all the time. So it's gonna be so nice to have lights again. I have a screened in porch area for the cats. The cats have literally, that's another thing. I really value my pets' well-being, and I knew Luca was not thriving here, and I knew my cats were not thriving here. Surprisingly, my rabbits are thriving here. They love Florida. I think they just love the veggies here. They have a lot of organic veggies, whereas in Wisconsin, we couldn't buy anything organic because it was literally like a wilted piece of mold. Like it was disgusting. So they love Florida, but they honestly don't even know like apartment issue. Like Ebony's deaf. Like she can't even hear anything, so she doesn't even know where she is. So they're fine, thankfully. At least 2 of my pets are great, but the cats are not thriving here. They are, they're bored all the time. They're getting into trouble because they're bored. Luca is not thriving. He doesn't have a backyard, which means in order for him to get exercise, I have to like rent a sniff spot, which is like $25 for an hour. Anyways, long story short, I'm moving. I'm incredibly grateful. I'm literally going to cry when I get in there. Actually, I don't know if I will because I have emotion issues. But I, right now, feel like I could cry just moving in there. That is how much stress I've just been under. Like, I feel like I've never just been able to relax here and just feel like it's my home. So I'm so excited. So excited to get out of here. So November 1st, I will be out of here. I actually won't be moving November 1st because I don't have anyone to help me until my parents come to Florida, but I'm gonna like slowly move stuff over every single day, but I won't like have anyone to help me move my mattress or my dresser until later, which is fine. But November 1st, you better bet I'm going over there with Luca and we're using the backyard, we're setting up his kiddie pool, we're doing all that. So yes, so I am going to be posting moving vlogs again. We're gonna be setting up a brand new bunny room. I don't know when the bunnies are moving over there and the cats, or anyone really. It just depends when my dad's here to able to bunny proof everything and stuff, but I'm gonna do my best to get my butt over there as fast as I can. I literally have a countdown on my phone. Every time I look at my phone, I see how many days I have left. I think it's like 24, 25, 24. I think it's 24 days. So, all right, I'm gonna go because this video is like 20 minutes long. If you watch this, you get a gold star, and put a gold star in the comments because you are the true fans. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Bye.